the fantastic Kerri Zane, TV producer, award-winning TV producer, and she is just so knowledgeable about the industry and so helpful with people. We just love having her on. And we've been talking these past few masterminds about the crossovers, the similarities and dissimilarities between the book business and the television business and film business. It's fascinating. They intersect some places and go off in different places elsewhere. We do know there is more money somewhere in TV and film than in books. We just haven't quite gotten it yet, but we will. So welcome, Kerri. So here's the question for you. I have a TV show concept for my book, and I'm in the same room with a top TV producer. Maybe it's you. How do I introduce myself? What do I say? What shouldn't I say? And I'm sure you've heard it all.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's kind of interesting because I was listening to Robbie, and so many of the things that he said that he recommends on stage, I think are the same things that I would use, whether I was in a, you know, at a cocktail party and I ran into a producer or I'm sitting in their office. Like I think the first thing that we all want to do is find parity, or at least that's my secret, is how do I find a common ground with someone? So, you know, he was talking about, you know, like people raising hands so that you get that level of comfort. For me, because I'm a woman and I love shoes, I will always talk about shoes. So first question I ask is like, where'd you get those shoes? Or those shoes look so comfortable? You know what I mean? So you like, when you assess the person that you think you're going to pitch your idea to, and see where you can find some commonality. And it just sort of like eases the path into whatever else you want to talk about. I know that wasn't exactly your question, but I think it's an important piece, right? Because now you've engaged them and they're interested and you've complimented them. So you've got their attention. I think if you have an idea in your head of a TV show, or, you know, you have a book and you see that you want to elevate it to a television or a film, or, you know, something like that, I would say you have to engage them with your passion and your belief in whatever your story is, and your commitment to telling it and elevating it. The other half of that is what you don't want to do. I think that what everyone is looking for in television is the unique entry point, something that they haven't heard or seen before. So, and it's funny because I think a lot of people do this, and it's counterintuitive, is don't say, well, my TV show is like a combination. It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and a little bit of, you know, like they kind of amalgam like 3 show ideas. And it's like, well, then they've already seen that, right? You know, and it just becomes
encouraged in book publishing, by the way. So that's a good thing to point out, that doesn't work in Hollywood.
Oh, and it doesn't work in the book business either?
Well, in book publishing, you're always trying to bring up competitive books that it's similar to, and it's a cross between this and that. They have to be apples to apples. You can't say, oh, my book is the next Chicken Soup, because editors will cringe and throw your proposal away.
Right.
But you take 2 things and mix them together, and if it's the right fit, the right analogy, that might catch someone's attention, as long as the work lives up to that. But that's great that you pointed out that it doesn't work in Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't know that it's the best thing, because at the end of the day, we're all marketers, we're all salespeople, we're all wanting to tell some kind of story, you know, and to Michael's point before, you know, you're telling your personal stories, right? The things that you know, and television is the same way. That's that passion piece, but it's also a unique story. And if a network executive is listening to your pitch, they're thinking about how they're going to market it. Right. So that unique spin, something that no one's heard before, that's the thing that's going to grab someone. Think about commercials that you watch on television, the promos for the TV shows. What are the things that attract you? What makes you want to go and turn on that show or listen to that story? And I think hands down, you'll find it's like, I've never heard that before. Oh gosh, I want to see that. I haven't seen that.
Wonderful. That's such great advice. Thank you so much, Kerri.
You're
Awesome.
welcome. I need a better backdrop, Robbie. I need like a
I like
big.
your shirt though.
I mean,
It's
like
colorful.
Gary has all the books and you've got this beautiful clean thing and I'm just, well, I do have a TV.
Oh man, you're like in SoCal near the beach, aren't you? We should have
Well,
just a
that's-
window to your
Yeah,
background.
next time I'll just have palm trees and yeah, beach and
That
a
would work.
little cocktail.
But this is the authentic you, so that's not bad either. So feel free to write your comments in the chat to any of the panel, any of the master